They become friends with school shooters. I've seen it. Look, the NRA, I was an NRA guy for a long time.
What's going on, guys? My name is Eric, and welcome back to Referent Report. I know it's been some time since I've been on YouTube. I was, having fun on TikTok for a while. I gained 1,200 followers at one point. They decided to tell me to go fuck my own asshole inside out and upside down and right side up. That's what they decided to do. I guess TikTok really couldn't handle me debunking January 6th and all the bullshit that happened that day. But all good. I'm back on YouTube. Sorry for the absence on the long-form videos. Let's get straight into the debate. So, how can I summarize this debate with one clip?
I've become friends with school shooters. I've seen it. Look.
He did what? He's friends with who?
Stop it. Get some help.
That was the entire debate in a nutshell. You got to watch Tim Walz fumble over himself as soon as J.D. Vance says a great point. So, let's start with the first Tim Walz fuck up.
This idea of stigmatizing mental health, just because you have a mental health issue doesn't mean you're violent. And I think what we end up doing is we start looking for a scapegoat. Sometimes it just is the guns. It's just the gun.
Yes, Tim. It's just those damn pesky guns when they just get up on their own and commit those violent crimes.
I didn't want to believe it. It can't be. It can't be true. You can't be a gun. You were at my daughter's wedding. You son of a bitch. I trusted you.
Yes, you got to see Tim Walz say he's not coming for your guns while single-handedly blaming guns for violent crime. Yes, blaming just the tool, not the actual mental health crisis going in our country. You see, Democrats, they don't think there's a mental health crisis. You just heard it there from the man himself. And for the record, this was the debate the whole entire time, and it's not even debatable. So let's just move on from that. Check out the media call him out on his bullshit when he tries to say that he was in Tiananmen Square during those riots in the late 80s. Or the protest, I should say, not a riot.
Or just to follow up on that, the question was, can you explain the discrepancy?
All I said on this was I got there that summer and misspoke on this. So I will just, that's what I've said. So I was in Hong Kong and China during.
Ah, yes. That's just it. Let's see what he said again.
As I got there that summer and misspoke on this. So I will just, that's what I've said.
That's what I said. It just misspoke.
Hong Kong and China during the democracy protests.
And he doubles down on it.
From that, I learned a lot of what needed to be in governance.
So not only was this man called out on a lie, even by the biased moderators, he still doubles down on being in Tiananmen Square. Ain't that amazing? I want you to peep Tim Walz when he's pressured about censorship on the internet. And that one means a lot to me because, I was banned by the communists from China. So let's see what Tim Walz has to say about censorship.
Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
It's a damning non-answer for you to not talk about censorship. Obviously, Donald Trump and I think that there were problems in 2020. We've talked about it. I'm happy to talk about it further. But you guys attack us for not believing in democracy. The most sacred right under the United States democracy is the First Amendment. You yourself have said there's no First Amendment right to misinformation. Kamala Harris wants to use the power of government and big.
Yeah, hate speech. Define it, Tim Walz. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Hate speech to liberals is anything that's offensive to them because they're little pussies.
I am smart, and I'm self-smarted, basically, by myself.
Just for the record, any speech that the left deems hate speech is not free speech. And hate speech is very loosely defined in a lot of these definitions that they like to give out, which can open the floor to anything being hate speech. I don't like your opinion on a certain issue. Hate speech. Repeat that process until you can't talk about absolutely anything because it will cause dissent. This is pure communism 101. You shut down dissent in any way possible.
And big tech to silence people from speaking their minds. That is a threat to democracy that will long outlive this present political moment. I would like Democrats and Republicans to both reject censorship. Let's persuade one another. Let's argue about ideas, and then let's come together afterwards.
You can't yell fire in a crowded theater. That's the test. That's the Supreme Court test.
Tim, fire.
Yes. Because it was always about yelling fire in a crowded theater, not censoring people for their opinions on COVID or just some COVID memes on Facebook. That was pushed by the Biden-Harris administration. We can thank Mark Zuckerberg for admitting it 2 months ago. Let's go and show you. I mean, I'm serious. You guys can see this, and you can see the letter he actually put out. In 2021, senior officials from the Biden administration, including the White House, repeatedly pressured our teams for months to censor certain COVID-19 content, including humor and satire, and expressed a lot of frustration with our teams when we didn't agree. So there you go. If that's not enough proof to show you that the Biden-Harris administration hates dissenting opinions and wants to censor you, I don't know what to tell you. If you like your freedom, and you like your freedom to post videos on YouTube without censorship, you got to vote Donald Trump. It's crucial. I mean, hey, we've seen it with the wild sex parties Dr. Jay Varma was doing. Thank God Steven Crowder exposed him. Let's go to my favorite topic that pisses off liberals, abortion. Let's see what Tim Walz has to say about abortion when J.D. Vance challenges his abortion law he signed in Minnesota. I'm going to take this one from Louder with Crowder because he has such great clips. So let's see the one he got from X.
The statute that you signed into law, it says that a doctor who presides over an abortion where the baby survives, the doctor is under no obligation to provide life-saving care to a baby who survives a botched late-term abortion. That is, I think,
That's
whether
not
you're
true.
pro-choice or
That's not how the law
pro-abortion,
is.
that is fundamentally barbaric.
Explain
And that's why
that.
I
That
use
is
that
the law.
law.
Is that
is
in the
because
law?
Gee, Gerald from Louder with Crowder. Let's find out. Is that a law? Wow. Check this out. This is on the Minnesota website, by the way. Is abortion legal in Minnesota? Yes. Okay, we all knew that. Abortion is legal in Minnesota. There is no limit on abortion in Minnesota based on how far along in pregnancy you are. To figure out how far along. Okay, so yes, it just says on their own website, minnesota.gov, right here. Abortion in Minnesota. There is no limit. You can do it to the 9th month, a little bit after birth. It's quite amazing, I have to say. This is why live fact checking is very important.
I'm smart, and I'm self-smarted, basically, by myself.
You know, what I also find funny is how Tim Walz tried to bring up how we ban books. Yeah, we ban the books that has pornography for kindergartners, bro. That's the kind of books we ban. Democrats banned To Kill a Mockingbird just because it's too offensive. We are not the same. And I also love how Tim Walz said that maybe Donald Trump should have joined him on the trips with China, but he tried to spin it like to see how bad of a country it is. Well, if it was such a bad country, Tim Walz, why did you go 25 times if it's such a terrible country? You got married on the Tiananmen Square incident on purpose. So that was your anniversary date for your wedding. You're a communist cocksucker, Tim Walz. And remember to vote Trump Vance, because we are not friends with school shooters. So, what have we learned after this VP debate? The Democrats are going to come for your guns because, you know, it's the guns' fault. They're going to censor your dissenting opinions on the internet as disinformation. No matter if you check the claim and it's true or not, it is still disinformation if it's against Democrat policies. Initial example, COVID-19. Make sure you guys go out November 5th and prevent that disaster known as the Harris-Walz administration. Make sure you get some of your friends too. My name's Eric from Refer Report. I'm going to see you next time.